everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over the 4-inch Sonic the Hedgehog Ray the Squirrel figure from Jakks Pacific. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. So here's Ray the Flying Squirrel in the packaging. We have Sonic up over here, Sonic the Hedgehog over here, Ray, Jakks Pacific, accessory included, nice Chaos Emerald. He looks so cute and adorable. He's also articulated too. On the back we have a lot of stuff, including a bio. If you'd like to read it, you can pause it over here. Sonic, Vector, Ray, and Amy. Ray can do a bunch of articulated poses. 12 points of articulation. Alright, let's open this guy up and see what's inside. Try to be careful with this thing so it doesn't get me hurt or anybody else hurt. I care about these card backs because I like to keep them nice and somewhat minty-ish. They look really neat to me. A couple flicks of the scissor here and there. There we go. There's a lot more glue in the bottom, too. Gonna saw around here. There we go. Nice clean card back. The card on the front, too. Gonna keep that as well. Discard this. Pop Ray out. So this is Ray, the Flying Squirrel. He looks really cute and very nice. I'm really happy with how this guy came out. He just looks wonderful. A nice bright yellow contrasting against the dark blue of the shoes, as well as his nice little look for his inner skin as far as his chest and his chin and his ears go, contrasting with the white with the black on his nose and his eyes, his gloves and his shoes. All looks really neat. I'm just very happy with how this guy looks. He reminds me a lot of Felix the Cat in a way. I was going to say Mickey Mouse, but that's basically Sonic the Hedgehog's deal. So, going over this guy, his head looks really good. We have a nice sort of like 5 o'clock shadow looking thing for his chin over here. His nose sticks out appropriately. His ears look really good, and they have nice points to them, as do these little tufts up here that look very good as well. Little hair tufts go a long way in making the character look really awesome. It gives him a little sort of different, shadow or at least silhouette if you want to sort of pose him in the dark, but you want to still maintain as to who this character really is. His eyes are set apart really well. He has that one eye frame thing that Sonic does, and his nose sticks out really well and looks very cute. His mouth looks very nice. It has a good sort of swooping motion. It looks like he's ready to go and ready to rock. It's very Oswald the Lucky Rabbit and very Felix the Cat, as well as, again, Mickey Mouse. So he does have a swivel on his head. He can go all the way around if you desire. He does have some marbling, though, on the back of his head a little bit, right over here, and that kind of bothers me a little bit. That's kind of a shame. As far as his torso goes, it's a nicely painted thing, except for this little nick right over here that won't come out, won't come off. I'm not sure. That kind of bugs me a lot and frustrates me a whole lot because I wanted to get a good one, but I'll have to suffice for this one until something better comes along. You can also flap his arm. He does have a little wing underneath, which doesn't really extend or anything, but it looks really nice. It actually kind of, in a way, looks like his flab is sort of falling off his arm, which is kind of a shame in a way for him. It does swivel all the way around and does flap down and then up, and a nice little contour with his cheek over here. Looks pretty good. He does have a swivel at his fist right over here, and it looks very nicely sculpted on this side as well as this side. He's ready to hit the gym and rock. Yeah, Ray looks really awesome. I'm really happy about this guy a lot. He looks good so far. But how are his legs? Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. But how are his legs? His legs go up and back this far. We also get a swivel at the top, and you can go out this far, move it however you want it to. It looks very good. The thing that isn't very good is his knee. His knee doesn't really want to go back that far, and it's not really hindered by the boot, it's just hindered by the articulation scheme. That's kind of a shame. Let's check out the other one to see if that does anything similar or different. It gets, not even that close to being better. But he doesn't need that much articulation as he's going to be flying around anyways, so that's pretty cool by me. I love the blue in his shoes as well as those little sort of straps. They look really good and nice, and his feet also do swivel a little bit. It's hard to get them going. It is a ball joint. You can take his shoes off, and it will look weird, but taking them on and off allows you to kind of get that joint working a little bit if you want it to swivel independent of the knee, or in my case, just sort of not really want to work. You can kind of pinch it with like your nail maybe and just have it swivel if you want, but I like keeping it in the same direction the knee is going, just so it doesn't really look all that weird. Again, you can make it work well and pose the feet how you want to, which gives more dynamic posing for the character. He also has these nice shoes that look really nice. I love the blue on it. It really stands out with the character. The whites also go all together, as well as these colors and the general yellow color scheme. The black is minimal, but it's imperative, as you can see his eyes and his nose. And also, he has two pickles on the feet with the grays at the bottom of his shoes. He has this little tail right over here that can sort of whip around as such, like this. It can go up and down a tiny bit, side to side a tiny bit. Yeah, you can actually move it side to side. A little bit of swivel, kind of like this. Yeah, so side to side, shifting, and then up and down, shifting. You can move it down. It gives him a little bit of a hunch if you want to keep him grounded and stand him up, or if you want to be daring, keep it up like this and try to pose him as best you can. I like doing a kind of ready, set, go running pose for Ray. It gives you a little bit of, dynamic for that, and also the tail, you can kind of shift it around a little bit, but just be wary about the head. The head is very heavy if you want to get that going and have that working for you. But Ray looks really wonderful. I love how good of a color scheme he has. I love the dark colors and the light colors meshing and blending together very well. He can do a bunch of nice dynamic poses and really just knock your socks off with how well he can, move and just sort of fly. If you want to have him fly, you can have him fly. If you want to have him on the ground, have him on the ground. But just don't leave him hanging, because he's an integral part of Sonic Mania as well as a bunch of other classic games. I would definitely pick Ray up if I were you. Ray comes with this little Chaos Emerald, or as I like to call it, a Super Emerald. It looks really nice, like the other ones do. It has a little hole in the bottom for posing and putting on a stand and stuff like that. It looks really neat. It looks more pink than red to me. Could be the Phantom Ruby. Here's Ray next to Mighty. They look good together, although I do find some paint is chipping off of Mighty, and that's a shame. I would love a re-release post-haste, because this is a pretty cool character that I don't want to miss out on. He's basically the Knuckles of the classic trio. Here's Ray next to Classic Sonic and Laughing Sonic, and I feel like Ray has some really good limbs, while Classic Sonic and Laughing Sonic don't. I'd love a re-release of Classic Sonic too. Laughing Sonic, maybe not. Maybe a spare head in the box, but yeah. Classic Sonic needs an update, I think. You really need some kind of fix. Here's 4-inch Ray next to 2.5-inch Ray, and I find that this Ray is pretty good, but not as good as the predecessor. The colors are different and way darker on this one. The eyes are much, longer than this one over here, the 4-inch. The shoes are slightly darker for some reason. Everything else is pretty much fine. You do get a swivel for the head. You do get up and down for the arm. You get a all the way around for the arm. Nothing for the feet or the hands, sadly. We do get an up, a down, a swivel. You can move it sort of all the way around the body if you'd like. And we also get a swivel for the tail, as well as a slight up and down with a left and right, sort of pivot. It does look good, but doesn't look that great, I would think. The articulation also is just not up to snuff with the 4-inch one. I would go with the 4-inch or with the 2.5, unless you're going for a lot of classic figures like I am, as in the Advent Calendar. I got this guy from that. He doesn't come with a little, stuff on the back of the foot that other figures would if you get them in the main line. So I recommend that Advent Calendar once again. It's a great piece. Ray stands at about 3 3/4 inches tall to the top of the tuft of his head, next to Jesse Hecht Creative. Hey, Ray's here! Ha ha ha! Overall, Ray is a really nice figure. His color scheme looks wonderful with the blue meshing against the yellow, as well as those nice fleshy tones, along with the white and the black for the eyes and the gloves and the shoes. It just looks so nice all together. His tail looks really cute too. He does have a couple marbling issues, some paint issues, and a little bit of a balancing issue, but once you get those all taken care of, at least the balancing issue, he does turn out to be a really nice figure, especially when paired with Mighty and Sonic. I just think he's a really good figure, and definitely get him if you're trying to get your classic collection going or your Sonic Mania collection going. Ray is a must-get. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Feel free to click like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com, where you'll find more reviews like this one. Thanks again for watching and keep being creative. Stay tuned!